The victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see the number 22 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Wolverines will boot it away to start the game. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. With jet sweep pass. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to throw, it's Woodside. Pressure coming. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
What a great play. Winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack, and that kind of effort is going to get the Big House fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
Moves away as he feels pressure. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
On third down, going up top. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands what? SEC. SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Lets it fly. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculate it down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on 3rd down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup. Accurate throw, they get paid.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game.
Georgia 7, Michigan 0.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. On first down, here comes this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Good timing on the quick out. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. The Wolverines want to move quickly.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful a reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be...
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 1st down and 5 after the penalty. They'll go to the ground. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down. Inside the big house, they have those big condominiums down there on the field, paving the way for the running backs.
Big, huge condominiums, and every year it's a little bit different of how they wear their uniforms and how they fit their uniforms. But the style, always the same. Line up, hit you right in the mouth. That's who Michigan is.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Shows him the stiff arm. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
Just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
And the Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. Give to the back. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Keep it on the ground. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan! They'll try to tack one more on their score.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away.
Returner goes out of bounds.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Colin.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, it's Woodside. They're trying to get to him. Intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense.
So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. They'll throw it on 1st down. And the quarterback goes down, but there is a penalty marker right at the line of scrimmage, and this may go against the defense. They'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. It's 1st and 5. He'll set up to throw. Fires to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
Man, these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like 7 years old, 8, 9 years old now. So even when they don't have wide receivers, you still expect them to fit that ball in there and make it happen.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to keep testing this second half.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Quickly complete. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Wolverines! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Troy is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in the Fun Belt, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over UAB. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yep.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. And there he is again, another sack, channeling his inner Aiden Hutchinson against Penn State.
And that is high praise when you start comparing somebody to Aiden Hutchinson. Michigan, year after year, they find these dudes, man. The guys that will get after.
And it's picked off. Looking for more room. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
And linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
Returner goes out of bounds.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They're testing the right side here. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Let's see what they've got on second down.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Michigan 21, Georgia 7.
Looking downfield, it's Woodside. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way. Touchdown, Wolverines! Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. The defense comes up with the fumble and takes it to the house.
The old scoop and score. Create the fumble, pick that puppy up, take it to the house. Great job by the defense, not only forcing the turnover, but getting points out of it.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down.
First and 10.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
It's complete. A huge pickup. He's off to the races. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Dogs!
Man, the defense has got to be kicking themselves. They had the offense pinned back so deep in their own end. It's one thing to give up a completion, but you can't let the receiver go the entire distance and score a touchdown. Bad job on the back end by the D.
And the point after is good. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hoffman. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and
He's got it down the left. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Hey, the defense knew coming into this one this guy was going to be a factor, but they have done nothing to stop him. They don't have any answers. This guy already has over 100 yards receiving, and we're not even done the half.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Quarterback checking off. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
One of the big risks about being in an empty set is that you don't have tight ends or running backs helping you out in pass protection, and that time the quarterback got hit right before he let it go, and that's why that ball fell incomplete.
Little touch pass to the receiver. To the 10. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Showing the arm strength down the left side.
And the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page on that last play. Timing has got to be so critical, especially when you're throwing to the perimeter of the field, and they just didn't have it there.
The Wolverines decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. The ball pops out on the return. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Man, that always stinks for the offense. They are raring and ready to go. Got the chin strap buckled, ready to go try to get some points, ready to execute. Your guy puts it on the ground. Deflation. You got to walk back to the sidelines. All right, defense, I need another stop.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Throwing right. It's complete. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Line gets set, 1st down. Going with the ground game left. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Well, that is not a great punt at all. It'll be down inside their own 35-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. He wants to throw. Working that left side now. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Touchdown, Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Number 8 makes the catch and takes it in for the score.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Troy is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in the Fun Belt, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over UAB. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
And this QB's got to find his rhythm. Like he's out of sorts right now. He's out of sync. The ball's not coming out on time. The ball's not in rhythm. The receivers and quarterbacks and tight ends, they got to get on the same page, man. This offense has got to get something going positive because they've just been struggling through the air.
Here on third down for this offense.
Let's go!
To the ground with the back. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Trying to take it back. And what a play and what a return as he takes it all the way back inside the 10.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
A first down run in the red zone. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan!
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point is good. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. Here's the return from inside his 10. He's got great speed. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Quick handoff. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Now on 2nd down. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball very rarely hits the ground unless you have a defender because these QBs and wide receivers are so good. But, man, just a mishap, a little overthrown.
The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the returner will be brought down.
And Michigan Wolverines will take over 1st and 10.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. They'll try the left side. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Bring in the heat. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
I mean, what a huge game for this offense. You're always trying to find ways to get your playmakers in space. And when you create a hole like that, Palmer, good Lord, anybody's going to be able to run through. Then he just keeps chewing up those yards, makes the big play.
He's a difference maker, David, and he gets better as the game goes on. So that's great news at this juncture to kind of rip off a big run like that. But this is a guy that builds momentum as he goes. I'd be force-feeding this guy.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverine.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point is good. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really just how you want to finish that.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Woodside. Unloads it downfield. Holds it in on the left. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Georgia.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. He's looking to throw it. Quick completion on the outside. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And just understanding where you're at on the field. Make sure you get those feet down before you get too close to that sideline. So I give him credit for that catch. Nice job. Nice pitch. Nice catch.
And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They'll throw it on first down. He fires to the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
Dances away from 1. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. Swings it out to the flat. They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the first down here.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan! And the stomping has commenced.
And this is why you consistently run the football. A steady diet because you can break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for the long touchdown.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Returner goes out of bounds.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Running to the left. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
To the air. It's Woodside. Unloads to the right. It's caught. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Man, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Looking to throw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
Starts to scramble to the left. At the 20, he's got space. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and then next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And he tried to do all he could. He broke one tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle if one guy misses another one. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal.
Quarterback now has to make sure his guys are dialed in. You can't make any more mistakes. Giving up a negative play on 2nd down by the goal line, you've got to be really smart with this football.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. It is perfect. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Michigan State looks like 5 miles of bad road today. Offensively, the wheels have come off. Defensively, one pothole after another. They're trailing by 14 to Louisville. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He's going to pass. Looking to scramble. Now he'll turn and throw back to the right. He's got it downfield for a huge gain.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. Quick pass on the fly motion. Inside the 25. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Well, they've put themselves in a hole. It's 1st and 20. Single back formation, and they give it to him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Wolverines will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. At the 40, there he goes. Open runway ahead. Running inside the 20. Touchdown Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And the extra point was good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
They feed him again. Makes a man miss. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5.
It's a nice run there to get the first down. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the stable of backs and the weapons this offense has. A lot of different guys can touch the football in a variety of ways, but they've been running it very, very well in this game so far.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Michigan 63, Georgia 27.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Running behind that left side. Delivers the contact. At the 35, he's loose. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the beatdown has ensued. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Oh, he wants it all. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. And the Bulldogs trying to cash it in on 1st and goal.
Come on, set.
Looking downfield, it's Woodside. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright, because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Touchdown, Georgia! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it out. It's Hoffman. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Comes out throwing on first down. Quick completion on the out route. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
42 Spider. 4-2.
Here's the give off the left side. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense has a second down play. The give to the back. Nice move to keep moving. Turns it on in midfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quarterback alone in the backfield, 5 wide on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. He fires a bullet to the right. Fires into traffic, picked off. Got some room to run. And he was weaving his way and finally brought down around the 23-yard line.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10.
Reload.
Looking to move it through the air. He'll pull it down. And into the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the company.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Dogs!
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UCF is in front. They've played awfully well today, and while there's no Dante Culpepper out there, this group is hanging tough. They're up by 10 over the Coyotes. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside.
Can anyone catch him? He's inside the 40. At the 20. Sprinting all the way. He'll take it to the house, but there is a flag on the field. First down for this offense. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
They'll keep it on the ground. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
They'll try to power their way ahead. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves to change for the first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I'll tell you what, fourth quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run the football, eat that clock.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Touchdown, Michigan! And the pummeling has started. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. First down here for the offense. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Trying to beat the D deep. Pulls it in inside the 10. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory.
Got it.
The Wolverines will try to put one on the board on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Second and goal for the offense.
Lasso!
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Can the D deny them on second and goal?
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Tries again to get it in. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown Wolverines. And the route is on. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. And he puts through the extra point. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this with Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
And first down for the offense.
Trying to find his man on first down. He'll try to do it himself. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Looks as if they'll stay aggressive here. They go 5 wide on 2nd and 3. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They'll try to get the first through the air. Oh, he makes the catch. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm. What better way than converting on 3rd down? Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his ball.
And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense, continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Hoffman. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. First down here for the offense. He'll start this drive firing. Pocket starts to collapse. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. I'm sure the offense happy with that free 5 yards. Now it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. He wants to throw. Lets it fly. Final pass falls to the turf, and that'll be the ball game. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team coming to fruition. You just get the sense they're